Love can only love yourself. I'll say that again. Love can only love itself. They asked Jesus what was the greatest commandment. He said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength, and to love your neighbor, catch this, as you love yourself. That this love that he's talking about, a love between God and you and God, a love between you and your neighbor, even if your neighbor doesn't love you back, but just as important that you love yourself, because love is the highest value that you can give another person. And so when God said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness, God was saying, when I look at humans, when I look at all humans, irregardless of their behavior, I see myself. And this allows me to love all humans, irregardless of their behavior. Why? Because when I look at humans, I see myself. Jesus said in John 13:34, a new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another. Here's the standard: as I have loved you. Love one another the way that I have loved you, that all men will know that you are my disciples by the love that you have one for another. But again, I can't love anybody that I don't see like myself. I don't love anybody that I don't give the same value as myself. And that's the whole problem that we have in the world today when it comes to love, is because we magnify differences. And to magnify differences, you have to attach value to differences. And once you see the differences and attach a value to it, you can no longer love it. Why? Because we have two different values. And then you can understand why we have racism, why we have differences when male between males and females, because we attach two different values to them. The same reason why we have in religion. The reason why we can't respect people and love people of other religions is because we put value on them and their religion. The reason why we can't in education, we think a person who has more education has more value or wealth. The person who has more wealth has more value than the person that has less love. Sexual orientation. We think that the love that we have for heterosexuals versus homosexuals, that because we see difference, that we are to love them differently. And it goes on, and all it ends up is in sin. But I'm back to my original point. Love can only love itself. Paul teaches that in Ephesians 5:28 when he says, husbands, love your wife as your own bodies, because nobody in their right mind would ever hurt themselves. And I'm not just talking physically, I'm talking about verbally, I'm talking about emotionally, that if you're in your right mind, you wouldn't hurt yourself. So he says, see your wife the same way. It's the same thing. The principle is true. See your husband the same way. See your children. See your fellow man as one with you, and that they have the same value as you, because that's the only way that you can love another person, because love only can love itself.